In homes across Britain, battle lines are being drawn.
It is carnage.
Families forced to pick sides are being torn apart.
I think he might kill her.
I don't feel it can go on much longer.
With nearly half of UK households having pets,
Good boy!
there's an estimated 9 million dogs and 8 million cats.
And they don't always get along.
Fur and paws flying everywhere, complete battlefield.
It's becoming unbearable.
These panicked pet owners are in luck because Chirag and I are here to broker a truce. We've got our little white flag to help bring some peace and harmony back to your house.
That's not enough to keep everyone safe. Everyone's at risk here, including yourselves.
Between us, we have the experience to succeed.
Chirag is the quirky cat counsellor.
Hello. Just going to give the bed a little cuddle.
With over 17 years training animal behaviour all over the world.
Sit.
And Nancy is a doggy drill sergeant
With it, give up, you ain't getting it.
So this is the little troublemaker.
who founded her own college in canine care.
Your dog is biting your cat? That's not okay. We might be team cat and team dog. Puppies over kittens.
Team cat all the way.
But together,
You are absolutely crackers.
we will bring peace and harmony to the most battle-scarred families.
This is Cats and Dogs at War.
This time, two big dogs with bad cat attitudes and owners out of their depth. Oscar, the German Shepherd, is in a turf war with cat Cleo.
Could it get worse? I would say no.
His experienced pet owners forced to install a safety barrier.
While 90 miles away, Nova's first-time dog owners fear her psychological warfare with former stray kitty could escalate.
Get back, stop.
And the evidence suggests they could be right. With decades of solving animal behaviour issues to our names, Nancy and I have been summoned to help these desperate pet owners. Our first stop is Sheffield.
Cats are just completely foreign to me.
They are to a lot of people. I think it's because we grow up with dogs, they have such expressive faces and body language. With cats, just like resting bitch face all the time.
Cats would be very good at poker. Cats would be very good at poker. I'd be team cat if I was playing poker.
We're meeting Phil and Judith. They've been married for 32 years.
Come here, you big soft lump.
And their pet history is huge.
So over the years, we've had 8 cats and 5 dogs. We've never had a problem with any of them not getting on, cats or dogs.
That was until a year ago, when along came German Shepherd Oscar. The other pets, Sasha and Lester, didn't mind. But a 3-year-old cat, Cleo, who had previously acted like she ruled the house, was muscled out.
Cleo always enjoyed being the top animal in the house, and then Oscar came along and suddenly he decided that he wanted to be the top animal.
Things are so bad, the house is divided. Downstairs is now the area that Oscar has conquered, leaving Cleo to retreat upstairs. Only a barrier gate has stopped Oscar's advance.
When it's your whole life going up and down the stairs, you've always got to open a gate, keeping him back out the way. Oscar!
What's this? I'm not as patient as Judith. It gets on my nerves in a big way.
I think it is only a matter of time before he learns that he can jump over the gate at the bottom of the stairs. And then I think our life will be a nightmare.
Before we go in, I want to sniff the place out for clues.
First thing I want to do is hear if there's any barking going on inside. Not very happy dogs, Chirag.
Back here.
I think we need some space. I need treats. Quick, hit me up. Hello.
Hi. Fine,
Who do we have here?
This is Oscar.
Hello. Oh, you can smell food.
This
You
is
want a treat?
Sasha.
They're absolutely stunning dogs.
2-year-old Oscar seems relaxed now, but Judith wants to show us what happens when he sees Cleo. As an experienced pet owner, she's tried her own interventions, hoping that supervised time together would help.
Do you find that it's working?
I don't think so, no. You'll see what he does. Yeah, so this is what he does.
Okay, do you want to just head out with him?
Oscar's behaviour is affecting everyone in the house.
Pretty much every morning, Cleo, she ventures down the stairs.
Yeah.
Oscar, he goes ballistic. I can make better uses of my time than waiting for a cat to go out of the house.
How does that make you feel?
Every now and again, it's like, oh, for Pete's sake, just get out. I'm aware I need just to become more patient.
So I believe you have some footage for us to have a look at.
Yes, we've been filming for a while.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this baby gate really is not enough to keep everyone safe.
No.
So here, Cleo, she's very puffed up. And the vocalization is very loud, and she's been very clear that she's unhappy here.
Yeah.
Not good at all, you know, it's...
Where her quality of life is really being compromised by Oscar.
Yeah, absolutely right, yeah.
There's constant stress, constant anxiety. So it's really important that we get to the bottom of this problem.
It's critical we act fast. First, I need to go upstairs and introduce myself to Cleo.
I see her sitting at the top of the landing there. She's disappeared around the corner and I don't want to chase her.
Cleo once marched around the neighbourhood with confidence. Now you'd be lucky if she said hello.
The neighbours will all say it's almost like a really big thing if she's gone up to them.
She's become a nervous wreck.
If you suddenly have this predator come into your house, that's going to be quite a shock to her nervous system. I am actually very concerned for both Oscar and Cleo.
My heart's breaking for that cat. Yeah, poor
you
Cleo.
Can see. Sometimes we just need to get to the cat's point of view, or the cat's level, and just kind of see the world from down here. I'm in my safe place. Now there's a dog in front of you, and you have nowhere to escape to. So of course, you're going to be really stressed and hissing all the time.
What you have here isn't even an uphill battle, you've got an upstairs battle. To end this war, we'll need to find a way to reduce the chronic stress experienced by the entire household. It's not going to be easy.
Coming up, we train dog, cat, and even owner.
You want me to go to bed?
Yes, exactly.
And over in Birmingham, we come across a serious case of psychological warfare.
Any moment the guns can be drawn.
That's a threat.
A huge threat.
Nancy and I are animal behaviour experts on a mission to end the pet battles tearing family lives apart. In Sheffield, there's a war raging. Defeated cat Cleo has retreated upstairs.
And newcomer German Shepherd Oscar now rules the ground floor. A fragile gate is all that keeps these enemies apart.
Our life, if this continues, will be a nightmare.
Now that we've assessed both pets' behaviour, Chirag and I have some hard home truths to deliver. The common denominator between Cleo and Oscar is chronically elevated stress levels. Many dogs across the UK are experiencing these really stressful explosions. However, after this explosion calms back down, it can often take several days for the dog's elevated cortisol, which is their stress hormone, to reduce back down.
I do nothing to reduce the stress levels for all three of us when I'm in the company of the dog and the cat. So that's been really interesting, yeah.
Chronic stress in pets not only reduces quality of life, it can lead to illness, poor immunity, and behavioural issues. Destructive behaviour in dogs can be a sign of stress.
It's just down to luck that Oscar hasn't made it over that gate. And we know what happens with luck. It runs out.
Oscar, come on.
If your pet is showing extreme or unusual behaviour, the first port of call should always be to the vet to rule out medical issues. Time to get to work.
So what we're doing now is working on a training exercise called Leave It. And what we want to be able to do is when Oscar's focused on something, we can tell him, leave it, which basically means quit it, give up, you ain't getting it. The end goal then, once you've really drilled in this leave it, is that we can then use it when he's focused on Cleo. Chirag, you can pop your bag down, get your cat toy, and you're going to make a spectacle of yourself. So you're trying to observe Oscar's behaviour, and the instant you think he's quitting and he's taken his attention off Chirag, you're going to clearly say the cue, leave it. So we'll give that a go. So you're watching Oscar closely. Once he loses interest, or once he even looks away for a moment, there we go.
Leave it.
Good boy.
Eventually, we'll be able to tell Oscar to leave it as soon as he sees Cleo. For now, I just need him to associate the command with the action of losing interest and the reward of a treat.
Whenever you're using the leave it cue, make sure it's something that Oscar isn't allowed to have. So don't practice with his toys, don't practice with his food. He needs to learn that when I hear leave it, it's one of those things that I'm not allowed to engage in, so I just quit.
Yeah.
Pressure's on Phil. Do you want to have a go?
Oh, go on then.
Let's go. Hello. Hello.
Leave it.
Good
Perfect.
boy. Oh, hello. Good boy. What have we got? Doggy, doggy, doggy.
Leave it.
Good
Perfect.
boy, what a good lad.
Perfect.
Good boy.
Do you know what? This time around, I think that Team Dog are going to have it quite easy. Hard work is going to be with Team Cat because that Cleo, she's having a tough time.
Don't you worry about Team Cat, Nancy. I've got a plan.
Go on, Sash.
That starts with getting the dogs out the house.
So watching her body language on the video, she's very apprehensive. So I'd like her to be able to relax and come down these stairs. So if we start making these stairs a happy place, a stair party, hopefully when she comes down, she's going to be in a much better mood.
Without worrying about what's going to meet her.
So I'm just going to take a cat tree and I'm just going to flick it over and see if I can get her interest.
Come on, what's this? Come on.
Good. She's having a little sniff
Excellent.
and she's eating it.
Excellent.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put these little treats along the stairs as we go down
Okay.
and see if she'll follow them.
Okay.
Nice. So my goal is for Cleo to come down the stairs, but come down the stairs in a calm way.
Yeah.
So if I see any kind of calmness, I'm going to pay that with a bit more chicken. Good. I'm going to see if we can use a toy. And this toy is now going to be on the stairs. There we go. Look at that. So she's like, oh, there's something interesting. Look how she's sniffing. Her body's relaxing. So she's not as apprehensive as we've seen in the videos.
No, it's coming down the stairs.
Exactly.
Simply, no.
And it's completely safe. She's looking around and she's actually playing. If she wasn't relaxed, she wouldn't be playing.
No, that's amazing, actually, that she's actually behaving like that there when she knows what happens here.
It's been a big day for Cleo, so we're going to let her rest. But I want to leave Phil and Judith with one more piece of kitty training. In Cleo's absence, I've asked Judith to play the role of the cat.
I'm going to start with showing you what we're going to do, and then you can do it with Judith when she comes in.
Okay, yeah.
Clip the treat bag on. We're going to use a thing that we call a clicker. The clicker doesn't mean anything, but how do we make it mean something? I can click,
Oh, marvellous.
and if I was to go... Exactly! Yes, see?
I'm feeling good.
So if you pay a behavior, that behavior is going to get stronger. It's going to happen more often in the future. It's motivation. So for Cleo, a £20 note could be some catnip. It could be a bit of chicken or a little bit of fish.
Yeah.
And a £5 note could be a normal cat food.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
It's Phil's turn. When Judith, who's playing the role of Cleo, comes in, I want Phil to reward her for going near the bed. Judith doesn't know what we want her to do, but by clicking and rewarding, Phil should be able to train her.
Let's release the beast.
Yeah, bring her in.
Judith's earned a £5, the smaller treat, for walking towards the bed.
You want me to go to bed?
Yes, exactly.
She's hit the jackpot, a £20 note, for actually going to the bed.
So Judith, what did you learn there?
That it was when I was walking in this direction
Yep.
that I got the treat, because when I walked that way, I got nothing. Hence
Yep.
why I turned round again. The reward was on the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually need to go to the bed to get the reward.
Exactly, that's
Yeah.
perfect. So when we're training Cleo, if we can make it easier for her to understand what we want by placing the reward in the right place, that's just going to make everything fun and clean and clear for her.
Yeah.
So it is time for us to say our goodbyes. So how has today been?
Very enlightening for me how they're reacting, definitely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good.
We're leaving our trusty pet camp with Judith and Phil over the next 2 weeks to capture every pounce of their journey.
All of your training, warts and all, get it on the diary cam.
Oscar needs to keep learning to leave it, and Cleo will get daily clicker training and stare parties.
And I've asked Phil to work on his patience. calmly counted to 10 if he feels worked up.
Cheers. Take care, boss.
Thank you.
We'll be back to check in on their progress. For now, we've got an altogether different case of a big dog and a terrified cat.
Judith and Phil are cat and dog veterans, but in Birmingham, nurse Harbinda and her daughter Amarit are accidental pet owners.
Good girl. Good walking.
Harbinda's caring nature has led her to give a home to Nova, the Alaskan Malamute Husky Cross, and Kitty the cat.
Yeah, Kitty chose us. Yes, we didn't choose her.
Yeah.
I think somebody just left her on somebody's drive.
We put posters out.
We
for her,
put posters out, about her.
But no one claimed her, so we just ended up keeping her.
Yeah.
7 years later, Harbinda, who had no plans to get a dog, couldn't say no to helping a friend who could no longer look after Nova.
I was hoping that she would say yes to taking Nova in, because she is such a nice dog.
Nova might be nice to her owners, but with other animals, it can be a different story.
When she sees another dog, she'll get very aggressive. She'll bark at them. She's bit me a few times.
If Nova's already bitten Amarit, it's a serious concern for the cold eye standoff she has with Kitty.
Nova is very fixated on Kitty. I think it's psychological. She will look at her eyes will dilate, she'd start pacing, because Kitty is feeling very threatened. Her tail goes big, she hisses, growls, and she's constantly staring at Nova. Get back, stop it.
The family is terrified the staring match will escalate into a full-on fight.
I get very, very anxious. I get extremely
we all
scared.
do.
Yeah. Nova is a big dog. She could kill Kitty in a heartbeat, couldn't she?
Yeah.
Living in fear, Kitty has become a recluse.
If she hears Nova, she'll go underneath the bed and hide. And it's the same with strangers. So what are we doing wrong?
Well, let's find out. It's time to see this Mexican standoff for ourselves.
Hello. Come on in, guys.
Hello, she is absolutely stunning. How old is she?
She's nearly 3.
With Kitty hiding, we'll start by finding out all we can from Amarit and Harbinda.
This is a very nice garden, a lot of space.
Good for the dog.
Will they come out here together?
Dog
Kitty
and the
and-
cat? No way.
Nova is quite excitable when she sees Kitty, so she'll start running around.
And if Nova tries to chase Kitty, what do you guys do?
Oh, we stop her straight away.
And so what have you been implementing?
So she's got a harness, and she's also got a halty and a half choke collar.
This collar was recommended to Amarit and Harbinda by an animal behaviourist who gave them some training tips too.
You almost feel sorry for her because she's got so many contraptions around her.
And so you've sent us footage. I'd love to see it.
She's hissing. No. Okay, get back. Stop it. Oh, gosh, she really doesn't like that.
Kitty's ears are fully focused forward, ready for action. Any moment the guns can be drawn.
So Nova's coming over. She's saying hello. She wants to interact. She's staring right at Kitty. However, to Kitty, that's a threat.
A huge threat.
Just wait. Wait.
Ooh. So she's looking at Kitty, seeing, oh, there's a cat, and all of a sudden I've done something wrong.
Yeah.
She's going to start forming an association that Kitty makes everybody cross with me.
From Kitty's perspective, she's really trying to avoid conflict here. And it's really important we focus on this to stop this becoming a full-on battle. The psychological warfare that's going on here is huge.
The sooner we get this sorted, I think, the better.
It's time we get to know our pets. I've had a hot tip. Mine will be underneath a bed.
And I'm going to take mine for a walk around the block. Nova normally goes out wearing a choke chain, a type of collar that tightens when pulled in an attempt to correct unwanted behaviour. But I don't like them.
And that's one of the first changes I'm going to make. I don't even want to walk her with it on now.
Huskies and Malamutes like Nova are social dogs. They naturally want to make friends with their canine or human companions.
She's not getting to play with other dogs because she's getting nervous of them. She's getting nervous of them because she's being choked. So she's looking to play with Kitty instead, and Kitty doesn't want to play.
Well, I don't think Kitty wants to play with me either. Not yet, anyway.
I want to keep it nice and quiet, and I'm just going to pop a treat or two next to the side of the bed so that if she wants it, she can come out to get it. If I was Kitty, I'd be hiding too. If I've got strangers in my house and I don't know what their intentions are, what Nancy's got to do is walk a dog. She doesn't have to do all the hard work like this.
Harbinda and Amarit told me that Nova is normally extremely aggressive towards other dogs. Using punishment is absolutely detrimental in helping Nova form social relationships. She gets punished around dogs, she's aggressive towards dogs. She continues to get punished around Kitty, it's going to go the same way.
Back at the house, I want to catch up with the cat coach.
I don't think you should be jumping for joy right now.
That's very true, actually. Kitty did not seem very happy at all.
I'm going to need to find a way for Kitty to socialise and to trust her owners.
And I need to completely change the way that Nova's being managed.
With Nova, they're using a lot of dominance-based training. So this is my opportunity to really open their eyes and help them see how to become better dog owners.
So it sounds like I've got some work to do with Kitty, but you've got a challenge ahead.
We need to be creative and find a way that Nova and Kitty can interact safely. If we don't do something soon, this could boil over.
We're going to spell out our findings to Harbinda and Amarit.
From Kitty's perspective, Kitty used to have the whole roam of the house.
Yeah.
And then suddenly overnight, that control's been taken away.
Yeah.
So the anxiety and the stress that can cause can be huge. And I think that's what we're facing with Kitty.
I don't know if you can train a cat. I'm a bit skeptical.
I think a lot of people are skeptical, but hopefully we can show you otherwise.
With Nova, using approaches to dog training that are based on dominance is at very best confusing and at very worst bullying and extremely intimidating. I myself, growing up, had a dog that we put on a choke chain. But if you continue to go down that avenue, you're going to get a dog that starts to form associations that other dogs cause me pain, so I don't like other dogs, and that Kitty gets me in trouble, so I don't like Kitty, and if I don't like Kitty, it may lead to aggression.
It's a bit eye-opening, isn't it?
You guys are amazing owners. So with the right information and the right training approach, it's going to be a win-win situation.
Hopefully.
Coming up, I tried to prove Harbinda wrong and train her cat.
Wow!
And I get to witness firsthand just how explosive Nova can be.
If Nova does that to Kitty, it's game over.
We're on a mission to bring harmony to the homes that are being destroyed by warring cats and dogs.
At Judith and Phil's in Sheffield, we've created a strict training plan to end the constant danger of Oscar the German Shepherd reaching stressed out Cleo the cat.
And in Birmingham, we're trying to prevent psychological warfare from turning physical. Harbinda and Amarit's former stray Kitty and their husky Malamute cross Nova can't be near one another without a Mexican standoff.
The psychological warfare that's going on here is huge.
We don't want anything to escalate. We don't want them to be hurt.
We've been told that Nova can lash out at other animals, but I haven't seen this evidence for myself. I want to totally change how she's trained using a friendly approach that will prevent outbursts and get us far better results.
This exercise is going to be all about teaching Nova to do the right behaviours around Kitty, okay? And instead of using punishment...
Positive reinforcement.
Yes. As soon as Nova sees Kitty, praise, 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 praise. Okay, Chirag, you can let the cat out of the bag. And we're going to just potter about. And just walk down past Kitty. Okay, so she looked at Kitty there, and that's when you need to praise.
Praise, yeah.
Now praise. Good girl. Good girl.
Yeah.
Good girl. Okay, now ask her to do something different.
Okay. No, sit.
And loads of praise.
Yeah.
Because what we want is her to do behaviours that we want her to do.
Yeah.
Which means she can't do ones we don't want her to do.
Yeah.
With plenty of practice, Nova will start to associate Kitty with nice, friendly praise, not with fear of being told off. Now we need to do the same with the dog.
Chirag, can you go get Doggy Digby for me, please?
When I took Nova for a walk earlier, she was good as gold, but Amarit and Harbinda aren't short of stories that suggest otherwise.
One time we let her off in a dog park. There were other huskies there. They were really well trained, and she just went for them.
When an owner tells me their dog is aggressive towards other dogs, Digby's my best friend.
You need to distract her, don't you?
That's okay. No, that's okay. So give her a minute.
Okay.
You stay put, and I'm going to move Digby a little bit further away.
It's clear Nova's more anxious around Digby than fake Kitty.
So she needs a chance to figure out who is Digby, what's he doing.
Oh, God. Never.
We need management, okay?
Yeah.
No wonder Harbinda and Amarit are anxious. This is the first time I've seen Nova attack, and more evidence for me that the right training is essential.
She's gonna rip him up.
Oh, God.
Give her a breather to settle down. That was a toy. But if Nova did that to Kitty, it's game over. You okay?
Just about. The other week I was walking her and there were 2 dogs and she's about to go for them, but then because I was stopping her, she bit me really hard a few times.
I have to implement really strict management here. The first thing I need us to do is to work on muzzle training because we need to keep everyone safe here. And I'm going to leave you guys with Snowy, remembering that you're praising Nova so that she doesn't get any punishment around cats.
Lovely.
Well, I'm going to have to leave you to dust off poor Digby, Nancy, and take Amrit inside. My aim is to help Amrit build trust with Kitty so we can invite her out of hiding and get her feeling comfortable using other areas of the house.
So with fingers crossed that she responds to some kind of treat. If she doesn't, then we don't have any hope. So this is excellent. She stood up and straight away she's at the food. This is perfect, okay? The thing is, she's learning your hands in a stressful situation equal good.
Yeah.
So we're building trust.
Okay.
Nice. There's a stranger in the room and it hasn't taken her months to come out. We're talking minutes. I'm gonna stand up. She sees a stranger moving, feed her. Now you're gonna slowly pick up the dishes and walk out as well.
Okay. Just sitting there.
Is she?
Yeah.
This is an excellent step. If Kitty comes out and we can have her relaxed, we can start to introduce her in the same spaces as Nova.
Yeah.
Time to step things up with a target, a brilliant training tool for nervous cats.
Now your mum said cats can't be trained. It's impossible. Let's prove her wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. When she touches it, say good and then give her a treat. Just wait, just wait. Just wait, just wait. Good. Excellent. What I'd like you to do now is hold it even further away from her nose.
Okay.
Good.
Now Kitty's getting the hang of it. I want to get Harbinder and show her that you can teach an old cat new tricks.
Oh, wow. You've trained her.
After all that good cat progress, I want to see if I can make some dog progress. While Nova's been calming down after attacking my Digby, I've been making some muzzles. If there's a risk of a bite, muzzle training is absolutely essential.
We are going to help Nova start to build a positive association around wearing a muzzle. So we want to start off with a nice wide space that she can choose to put her nose in, and slowly but surely they'll get smaller and smaller until she's ready to wear a muzzle. Now, if the food we use isn't motivating enough, Nova won't do the behaviour.
It's looking like Nova's not interested in chicken.
What's Nova's favourite treat?
She does like a toast.
Well, it's an unusual delicacy for a dog, but it's done the job.
Good girl. This is exactly what we wanted to see, but I have to admit I'm shocked. Like, seriously, you will work for your toast.
I'll get a real muzzle sent over. In the meantime, Harbinder will continue to get Nova used to the smaller simulated muzzles, making it fun with food all the time.
Now, when you look at how Nova's responding to this exercise compared to having that choke chain pulled,
Yeah,
does she seem happier?
definitely, yes.
With the day drawing to a close, Nancy and I are going to leave our pets and their owners with lots to work on.
There is hope for this family as long as they're willing to change their approach to training.
Hopefully we'll be able to incorporate everything that we've learned and we can make progress with them.
Yeah. And cats can be trained.
We're leaving a pet cam with them to capture every moment.
We had a great start today. Let's keep this going.
And the very best of luck.
I think we're going to need it.
Yeah.
We're dying to know how things have been going in the pet war zones. Today, I'm going back to Sheffield to see Judith and Phil. Their cat and dog had to be permanently separated. Cleo was too scared to come downstairs and chronic stress levels were high.
Could it get worse? I would say no.
I'm hoping the couple have carried on Cleo's stress-relieving stair parties.
So every single day, allow Cleo to investigate the stairs, learn how to come down in a relaxed way.
And Nancy's Leave It training for German Shepherd Oscar.
Leave it. Good boy.
I've come to find out whether we have conflict or calm.
What do you think?
Well, with a welcome that would give a postman nightmares, I'm not sure.
Hi, Oscar. How are you? Good boy. I'm dying to know how things have been going with Cleo and Oscar.
I think Cleo's been more relaxed.
The pet cam we left with Judith and Phil to use while we've been away shows some good progress in Cleo's confidence.
As you can hear, he's moved his bum. Oh, she's still not running though.
And Phil and Cleo have been practicing clicker training.
Oscar, he is still keen on the gate, but as he is heading down the hall, I can say, leave it. Come on, Oscar, leave it. Good lad, what a good boy.
He really responds well to leave it. Now, and it's not a shouty leave it either.
It sounds like it's not just a pet. Phil's been doing his homework too.
I think I am more patient, and it's just simple stuff like I just count to 10. And I think that's really paying off.
In the past, it's always been, I need to get to that gate. In saying all that, he will still do that if we're not on the case, really.
Okay, so it sounds like there's been some improvement, but there's still a long way to go.
Yes, yeah.
So, for the sake of terrified cat Cleo, it's time to introduce Oscar to the next part of Nancy's training, a leave it, with Cleo on the stairs.
So now, if we open the door and let him through.
Leave it. Good
Excellent.
boy, good lad. Is the cat there as well?
Top of the stairs.
Yeah, so he'll know she's there.
And Cleo, even now, she doesn't seem stressed at all. So that's good.
I need to call my canine coaching colleague and share the good news.
The fact that both Cleo and Oscar can now see each other and stay relatively calm is massive progress. So I'd like them to start becoming a little bit more familiar with each other's scent, and for that scent to almost become a background odour.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I hope that things are going as well in Birmingham. I am back at Amrit and Harbinda's praying for progress.
Hello.
When we were here last, Chirag found a kitty who wouldn't come out from under the bed, and we learned some shocking truths about 3-year-old Husky Malamute Cross Nova.
She bit me really hard a few times.
We left a fake kitty for practice so that real kitty wouldn't go the way of my toy training dog Digby.
She's gonna rip him up.
And I arranged for a muzzle to be sent to the family. It'll give Nova the freedom to pant and bark, but won't allow her to harm other dogs on walks or put Kitty at risk when we finally bring both pets together.
How is Kitty?
She's getting more confident. I can tell every time she wants food, she meows at me a lot more. She actually takes steps to get to the target and touch it. If something happens, she doesn't run and hide under the bed anymore. Interesting.
Chirag will be over the moon. Time to find out about Nova and her new muzzle.
When we start to hook it up, she doesn't like that.
Okay.
So she doesn't like it on her face.
Most dogs don't initially like wearing it until we continue to pair it with feel-good experiences.
To do our muzzle training, we need to break out Nova's favourite snack, an unusual choice for a dog, but our Nova just loves toast.
I've never known a dog to love toast this much. Okay, good. Perfect. Perfect. Good girl, she's already trying to stick her nose in, which is perfect. That's showing me that she understands what the game is.
Getting Nova used to the muzzle will take slow steps. The next stage will be to close the straps behind her head.
Just try and slip the strap over her ears and then take it off her again. And now Harbinda, give her a few treats. Good girl, look at mom. So you want you to keep working on this until it gets to the stage that she's wearing it, and you can pop her treats in through the front of the muzzle. So why don't we check out how Kitty has been doing? So show me what she can do, and let's see if Kitty's been working as hard as Nova has been.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm impressed. Even right now, I can hear Nova downstairs, and she's still out and playing.
She's trusting us a lot more.
And that's vital. Hello.
Hello.
So with both Nova and with Kitty, as soon as the tools came out that were being used for the training, straight away both pets were super excited and moving forward and looking to engage. So definitely showing that Amrit has been putting the time in.
You can use a target stick to encourage hitting down the stairs. Maybe she's relaxed down the stairs, then you can have Nova be able to see her.
Perfect.
In Sheffield, I'm going to try Nancy's plan to familiarise Cleo and Oscar with one another's scent using their toys.
Phil, so you have a fish in your hand. Just hold it there for a second. Oh, that's good. You can let him come forward and sniff. So he's choosing to sniff it. As he's finishing sniffing it, you're going to say, "Good boy, Oscar," and give him a treat.
Good boy. Good boy.
Perfect.
At the moment, upstairs is the cat, so all her smell is upstairs. Downstairs is the dog. What a good thing to try.
So let's pop it down a little bit of a distance away. Perfect. And Cleo comes over. Oh, she doesn't find Oscar that offensive. She's like, oh, who's this handsome person?
Good girl.
I think this has been a huge success. I would like you to do it every single day and we'll see what happens.
In Birmingham, I'm going to take the first steps in getting our dog and cat face to face, but feeling relaxed. Nova needs to gradually get comfortable in her muzzle, so we won't use that just yet. Instead, keeping distance and using a lead will keep Kitty from potential harm.
How are you getting on up there, Amarit?
She is here, but obviously Nova's barking, so she's a bit off.
Okay.
It's quickly feeling like the pets just aren't ready for this. It's clear to me Nova's too excited and Kitty's too scared.
Nova has a history of biting both people and dogs. The risk if she bit Kitty would be catastrophic. I'm not going to let that happen, not on my watch.
It's time to switch out our real Kitty for her stunt double.
It's okay, just give her a minute.
So distance is essential. There are 3 important stages that will eventually teach Nova that losing interest is far better than running and barking. Kitty can then be free to move around the house without fear.
So stage 1 is watch and learn. So she is interested in Kitty, she's trying to figure it out. Good girl.
Stage 2, praise for looking away from the cat, makes her feel good.
As soon as she looks at her, immediately, good girl, and she gets a treat. So now, every time I look at the cat, something amazing happens.
Give me a few.
Good girl. Okay, now treat. Good girl. Stage 3 is all about getting your dog to focus on you around whatever it is you're trying to avoid. So every time Nova looks at the cat, I now want you to ask her to do something simple.
Good girl.
You start with as much distance as possible, and once you've achieved all 3 stages of that distance, you can move a little bit closer and start all over again.
It's vital that Harbinda and Amarit keep this up so that Nova and Kitty can live comfortably in the same house. But I've realised today that this pair will never be the best of friends.
I want both pets to be aware of each other, but not really care.
Hopefully, with the training, we can slowly make them a bit better and ignore each other, at least.
Yeah. So we saw progress today, but there's still a lot more work to be done.
Coming up, we find out if all this work has been enough.
Bit of pressure, isn't there?
And if we've been able to turn battlefields back into harmonious homes.
They're ready for Kitty.
Oh, God.
It's all on you.
Yep.
A few weeks ago, we went to 2 homes suffering serious stress because of warring cats and dogs.
At Harbinda and Amarit's, we found psychological warfare in danger of turning physical.
No. Okay, get back. Stop me.
We discovered Nova, the Malamute Husky, was capable of attacking. So we reinvented her training and built up her rival Kitty's confidence.
Good.
And at Judith and Phil's, things had gone well beyond a staring match. A gate was the only thing stopping a potential attack. Cleo's confidence has been improving, and Oscar can now be trained to walk away from a brawl. But has it been enough?
I'm really hoping that we'll see an Oscar that is safe to introduce to Cleo, and Cleo is willing to come downstairs so that we can get Oscar and Cleo in the same space. It's a big ask, but I'm hopeful.
Have you managed to get them in the same room together?
Dudes.
No.
We need to be able to see that you've got the tools and the foundations to carry this on once we're not there.
Bit of pressure, isn't there?
First, we need Cleo to come downstairs to the dining room. A playful stair party with a new calmer feel should help.
Cleo, come on then. Come on, please. Good girl. Come on, please. Yeah, what a good girl.
I'm so impressed at how fast she came down the stairs.
She's improving all the time. That's excellent.
It's now time to take Oscar into the hallway. If he lunges and starts barking at Cleo, that's it. She's gone. We've broken her trust. She's unlikely to ever come back downstairs.
Okay, just stop for a second. She's watching. I just want her to see there's no threat. Excellent, Phil. Your work is paid off. Are you unsure?
Oscar's behaving well, but Cleo's cautious.
She's like, I'm a little bit unsure right now.
Cleo decided to take herself back upstairs and have a little breather, which is a sign that she was finding the exercise a little bit uncomfortable.
Here she is. She's coming down again. Oh, wow, look, she's actually watching Oscar. And she seems relaxed, which is superb.
Look how far we've come. We now know that he's definitely aware of Cleo and the environment, but is choosing you, Judith, which is absolutely massive and exactly what we need. So, Chirag, no explosions. I'm happy.
I feel like it's a job well done.
Come on.
But Cleo has one last surprise for us.
She's coming inside. She's inside. This is phenomenal. I genuinely wasn't expecting this when I turned up today. Your ultimate goal was to have everyone in the same room. Did you think that this was going to be possible?
No way in the world.
Definitely not.
When we came here day one, Cleo was absolutely petrified to step down into that hallway. But down to Judith and Phil's hard work and dedication, they've managed to broker some peace. It's up to you guys to just carry on exactly what we did today.
For the cat to have got past that gate and into the Oscar territory is fantastic.
Pet peace is being restored.
I think so. I need a break. You're driving.
Take me to Birmingham, Chirag. Our last stop of the day is Harbinda and Amaranth.
There was huge psychological warfare going on here.
Just 2 weeks ago, Kitty was cowering under a bed. If she did have the courage to come out, she'd be terrified when she saw Nova pacing and staring.
Hi. Any sign of peace yet between Nova and Kitty?
Getting there slowly.
Last time I was here, I realised Nova and Kitty wouldn't be the best of friends. But today, we need to see that they can both live peacefully under the same roof.
How confident are you that this will work?
50-50. Yeah, 50-50, I was going to say.
So we're going to let you go find Kitty, and I'll come with you, Amrit.
Harbinda, if you want to get Nova.
Okay.
I think Nova has improved a lot.
And we are focusing more on the positives rather than saying to her no when she sees Kitty. And the muzzle training's been going well as well.
Okay, good.
Good girl.
Okay, Nova is much happier. I don't think she's ready to use the muzzle right now. But if you keep going the way you've been going, then you'll get there before long.
This is a very different cat. And I hear Nova barking downstairs, and she's just like quite comfortable on the bed.
Huh. I think the main focus now is getting her to meet Nova a bit more.
Sit.
And that's exactly what today is all about. We need calm, happy pets. No more fear and hiding from Kitty, and no more threat of a devastating attack. Let's go, Chirag.
They're ready for Kitty.
Oh, God.
It's all on you.
Yep.
We're going to see if Kitty is now confident enough to follow Amrit to the stairs, while Nova's in sight, staying relaxed and disinterested.
Good.
This is beyond amazing. Nice.
Okay, so Kitty's at the top of the stairs, Harbinda.
Yeah.
So keep her focus.
You're hungry, aren't you? Hey? Nova? Nova?
Well done.
She's watching Nova, then she's eating a treat. This is amazing.
Kitty, continuing to come closer to Nova, not running for the bed, is exactly what we want to see.
Oh, Nova moved. She's way more relaxed than I saw her last time. And actually, I'm quite happy to even stop here because this is a huge thing to celebrate.
It's a drastic improvement.
Have you ever seen Nova this calm with Kitty only feet away?
No.
Don't think she could get much calmer.
No.
I really wasn't expecting Kitty to be ready for action. She came down, the target touching was impressive. I was so impressed.
So proud. How are you feeling?
Good. It's going to take a bit of time.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
We had animals in the same room. You now have the steps to keep going down and get them to be a happy family.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd say no all the time to Nova. But I've realised that now that we're saying, oh, yes, well done, she's calmed down a lot more.
We'll leave you guys to keep training.
The results we got really show that using positive reinforcement with your pets and respecting their body language really pays.
Since working with Amrit and Harbinda, Nova's now happy wearing her muzzle, and Kitty has more confidence to move around the house, even though she still doesn't want to be friends with Nova.
And in Sheffield, Oscar's losing interest in the gate. and Cleo comes downstairs whenever she pleases. She just prefers if Oscar's in another room.